Holy shnikes, it has been a hot minute since I have seen you guys. If you haven't noticed, my hair is getting a little long. That's because, well, it's been a while since I had a haircut. That's less than fun. What is fun though, is we finally are getting parts back on the Mustang. The thing had its side skirts ripped off quite some time ago, and nothing was ever done of it. I told the guy there wasn't much of a rush to get them done, which probably was my fault. But now that it's getting warmer here, I want to drive the car. So I told him, I was like, hey, we got to get this done. So, you know, he got them done. So we're going to go pick them up here in Coleman first. Once we do that, we're going to get them back home. And we are putting them on the car immediately. And fixing a little bit of rust. Forgot about that fun little tidbit. So we'll get that, and then I'll see you guys in the garage soon. All right, we got the side skirts. Now we got to go to the auto parts store. We got to get some stuff to take care of that rust that's on the car. I looked at it again this morning, and I tell you what, it looks a little deeper than I anticipated. But this car needs to get back on the ground. So, the way we're going to go about fixing this, probably not going to be the right way. Actually, I know it's not the right way. But we're just going to get it at least looking good so we can get it through the year. We're going to make that next year's problem. This year, we just need to get the car back on the ground, going, and ready. Alright, so here is the plan of attack today. If you notice that my shirt changed color, that's because my dog got fixed yesterday, and she was on so many pills. So she's a little loopy, had to keep an eye on her. So we had to push this off for one more day. But, wow, it has been a while since I've been in here. Mostly because the last thing we did was pull that out. So we're really behind on these projects. But YouTube doesn't pay me enough to care enough to be like, all right, well, we got to get this done. So, sucks for you guys. We got the parts inside. Here is what we're going to try and get accomplished today. We're going to get these side skirts back on the Mustang. But first, you can see where the line of it would go over here. And that would cover up a lot of this over here. This was kind of touched up over here, but not really well or properly. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to fix it properly either. I mean, literally, I'm just going to keep bandaging this thing until we finally get it fixed correctly. We got the same issue on this side here. Doesn't look as bad, but I'm sure once we start sanding it down, it's still going to be rough. So, I feel like a half-ass watching enough YouTube videos to kind of know what I'm doing. We're going to sand it down. I do got like a bit of a rust stopper kind of thing. Got it at a car show once. The guy like handed it to me for free, and he was like, dude, take the hint. I was like, I know. So we're going to try and put that on. Maybe use a little bit of Bondo, because I'm sure it's not going to be pretty once we're done. Try and smooth that out. Prime it. Get some paint match on there. Hopefully we don't notice it. Honestly, at this point, we're just trying to band-aid this until next year, because it's a problem I don't feel like dealing with yet, meaning I'm running out of money. So let's just start with getting it sanded and see where we're at from there.
Well, like I thought, it's a little worse than I anticipated. While I was sanding, I was like, man, that just seems super thin right there. Well, I wonder why. It definitely broke all the way through. But clearly this is the part where it's like, we're never gonna get a permanent fix unless we just replace it. So we're gonna learn a bit of Bondo work here today at some point. But first, we're just gonna try and sand this and see how bad it actually is. Alright, some more things are coming to light here. Not only do we have this hole here, the more I'm sanding over here, I'm feeling like this whole thing, we can see, it's just gone. There is nothing left to do but cut that out, weld in a new piece, and go from there. But we don't have the luxury of time on our hands. You know, we're just gonna try and make it look pretty. Listen, as long as it looks better than what it was, and it'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Clearly, Bondo's gonna be our best friend today. So the more and more that I've been sanding, the more and more holes I've been creating, like that one and that one, and like our fine example over here. You can't really see it, but if you push it on the panel, trust me, yep, just like that. So this is when we're going to adopt the slogan "Fake it till you make it," because this panel is far beyond saving, but we're going to pretend that it isn't. Even though what we're gonna do is literally just like we're putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. That's what we're gonna do here today. Do not follow my example. This is not what you want to do, but it doesn't matter at this point. We just need this thing ready. So at this point, we're gonna lay down some Bondo on the holes, try and smooth it out, try and make it look like it's supposed to be like that. But first, we're gonna rinse this off. Make sure we have a clean surface and go from there. Looking at this, I'm not gonna say this is a good job. This is definitely far from it, but it's man, this hurts me more than it hurts you. Trust me. Like this sucks. I mean, all we can really do now is just wait for it to dry and harden, and we'll smooth it out and probably have to do it all over again, because apparently you can't cover holes that big with just Bondo on the first try. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the other side, do the same exact thing, then we're gonna come back, sand this down, and probably repeat the process. So let's get to it. Alright, so to my surprise, this side actually turned out to be a little bit more solid than the other. I could still tell, like, when I'm sanding in these areas, especially here, it's starting to feel soft. So I don't want to work on it too much and punch another hole, because that sucks. So we're going to leave it like this. We'll throw a little Bondo on it. And actually, probably could touch this up here a little bit more. Probably touch that up a little bit more there just to get the bumps out. And then throw some Bondo on it, move the other side, and see how well we can sand that up, and probably have to add another Leo Bondo on it. I'm pretty sure I just realized I said Leo, like male, instead of layer. You guys get the idea. Well, I know know for those of you that do body work for a living, you're probably gonna look at this and be like, what the F are you doing? And to you, sir, I would answer, my best. This side looks about as good as you'd expect it to. Clearly, we still got our hole there. And where's the, oh, yeah, right here. Little blurry, you'll figure it out. But anyways, we're gonna do it now. We're just gonna sand it down, try and get it smooth, and probably add another layer because, well, we still got holes, but we're getting somewhere. I don't know if it's the right direction, but you know, we're heading there. All right, so here's my mindset, my thought process while doing this here. Because this is all gonna be covered up all here, right? So all this, we're not gonna see. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I do, however, wanna fill in the gaps like here for sure. And then over here, where it was starting to cave in, I'm starting to feel divots. So we're gonna go over it again. For the most part, the places where there aren't divots, it feels pretty smooth. And I'm actually really happy with that. Honestly, I wanted to test doing Bondo on that car over there. I don't know why I pointed like a dingus. Apparently this is the test car, which was not the intention. This stuff back here, I'm gonna leave it. No one's gonna see that anyway. Like I said, this is the biggest freaking Band-Aid I've ever done in my life. But we'll add another layer. Wow, big words. We'll add another layer. Why am I struggling? I'm gonna add another layer of Bondo and let that set. We're gonna sand the other side, see how that one turned out. And we're just gonna keep going back and forth until this is good. And then hopefully we can move on to primer and paint, which again is gonna be a Band-Aid. This whole thing's gonna be a Band-Aid. Hopefully it turns out, but we'll see. Honestly, the more and more I get into this, I don't know who I'm trying to reassure more, myself or you guys, because I noticed this is probably like the 12th time I've already been like, it'll be all right, we'll figure it out. It's just a Band-Aid. Like coming up with excuses, and it's like, I got my notes. Stop for a little bit. The more and more I'm doing this, I'm like, man, there's a lot of dust particles in the air. Didn't even occur to me that I might be breathing it in. So now that my respiratory system is a little effed, not because of the Corona, although Corona sounds good right now. The beer. Someone sponsor that for me. Even though we barely ever upload anymore. Just maybe I'm getting a little delusional with all those dust particles. Well, we're protected now. Let's just get back into it. know why that side fought me so hard. I might have laid her on just a little too thick. But let's take a look here. All right, so, oh man, I'm tired. So halfway through, I take that back, about like 3/4 of the way through, I realized that the side skirt is covering all this up here anyway. So I don't know why I put so much time and effort into here, but that's done. We're just not touching that because we're not going to see it anyway. This part over here was the only part I really worked on getting smooth. I might have to come back. Yeah, I definitely do have to come back and touch this up a little bit here. I see little divots. But once that's gone, this side will be good to go. I really don't think we have to bondo that twice. That side actually went a lot easier. So let's go back to the other side, get that done and over with, and then we should be ready for primer. Holy crap, I can see now why body guys get paid so much, because it's a little bit more work than I anticipated, I'm not gonna lie, but let's show you where I'm at in our next steps here. Got her all sanded down. Everything that's back over here, I'm not worried about because I know we're not gonna see that. Ugh. Mostly because the side skirt's gonna cover that up. You can see the line of where it goes down even. So, not too worried. This over here, spent a lot of time getting smooth. And for the most part, I'm actually pretty impressed with how that turned out. Granted, I know there's a lot of cancer underneath there, but you know what? For someone that's not gonna see the car, they're gonna be none the wiser. And it's the same story over here, guys. It's just, you know, everything over here, not too concerned about. As long as we got holes plugged, that's all that matters. I don't know what that black thing was. Everything over here, freaking smooth. So at this point, I think we're ready for final sand, then primer, and then paint. So let's get this thing done. I am excited to get this thing back on the road. Did I say that we were gonna stand again? Take that back, that's a lie. We're not gonna do that. What we are gonna do, because I looked this up online and everything on the internet has to be true, we're gonna get back to priming right away, because apparently that's good enough. So, that all being said, let's get to priming. Alright, I'm starting to see the finish line. I'm getting excited, so let me show you where we're at here. Off camera, added a few coats of primer, got that side done, got the other side looking a lot like the same. So now, what we're gonna do, don't mind the duct tape there, that's it's definitely the way professionals do it. Also, I cannot seem to get this mark out of there. I'm not gonna worry about it too much because I feel like once we put the side skirt back on, we're not gonna see it anyway. But now we start moving on to the actual paint, which is gonna be a lot of the same process as the primer. Now, after the paint, what you normally do is clear coat it and then sand it, make it really nice and shiny. The thing is, with this silver car, we've done this before. Not me personally, someone else. You know who you are. And honestly, you couldn't even tell a difference because, God bless silver. So, we're gonna do it like that. If it bothers me enough, we'll go back and we'll do it right, meaning we're gonna pay someone to chop it up and actually replace the metal there. But for now, I think it'll work for what we need to do. We just need the car to look good. Honestly, that's kind of all I'm going for. We're not looking for long term. It's probably about the 8th time I said it now, but I just want to make that very clear. So we'll let the primer keep drying. We'll come back. We'll start shooting. It's out of a can. We'll start spraying some silver paint on this then. Alright guys, it is freaking fuming in here right now. I'm pretty sure I'm starting to get like a really slight high right now. Probably should have kept wearing that mask, but you know, lessons learned, it'll be fine. But we got it all painted. We got this side done. That one was a little bit harder because I kind of effed up at one point, but fixed it. This side went a lot smoother. Got that all painted up. Now, that's literally all we have to do at this point is get our side skirts on. Once those are on, we can throw our wheels on, lower it, and actually consider this a done project for this year. I'm noticing it's a little, you can really notice it right there. You know what? Like I said, guys, it's a Band-Aid. This wasn't meant to be like a perfect job here, so I'm still really not too upset about it yet. So let's get the side skirts on and let's see how this thing finally looks. 1 hour of work later, and this car is finally ready to go back on the ground. Actually, not quite. That's why it's not on the ground yet. But this is where we're ending today's video because it's, for the most part, it's all done. But let me show you what I'm talking about here quick as to like what I need to do and why I'm just not ambitious enough to record it right now. So if you look over here, we notice that the skirt kind of sticks out. It doesn't quite stick in like it's supposed to. Well, underneath, you got, well, there's supposed to be a bunch of these things in there. But I didn't think they were that necessary. Well, turns out they're necessary because that's what holds it where it needs to be. So, need to go to the store to get that. But honestly, guys, from what it used to look like, I'd say this is pretty damn good. I mean, if you know what you're looking for, you're definitely gonna see where I patched it up. Clearly. But it'll do for what I need it to right now. So, with that, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you guys that are still following me, even though I know we don't upload like we used to. There's no doubt about that. But that's because, well, we started growing up, and then we bought houses, and then we realized you can't just throw all our money at cars, and it's just, the hobby slowed down, but we're still kicking. Barely, but we're kicking. With that, guys, we'll see you in the next one.